G'day viewers. So I've been told that my How to Make a Highland Cotun article, which you can get on the Staccato website, I'll put the link down there, has recently been reposted and caused discussion. So I thought I'd do a quick video just pointing out some of the features of it, and also tell you what it's like, because that's I made that a long time ago, but it's still in use. So here is the Highland Cotun. So here is my Cotun. It is now well over 20 years old, 22, 23 years old, and as you can see, still perfectly functional. When it was 20, the leather had begun to wear out and disintegrate, and so I used sort of strapping tape, elastoplast stuff to put another layer over each of the things, and then I dyed it dark with some leather dye, and in that way I have revived it. So this will probably do me for the whole of my fighting career, okay? I'll easily get another 10 years out of this, and after that, goodness knows. Things about it are, first of all, it's not all that heavy compared to a lot of sort of rigid armour, but this kind of quilted, stiff, semi-stiff protection is really, really absorbent of blows. So it is very, very protective. And so I can use this to fight all sorts of things, not just, you know, normal backswords and longswords and whatnot, but heavy weapons like quarterstaff, and not get injured. The double-breasted design turned out to be a really good idea, because I'm not the same size I was 23 years ago, and so having that little bit of extra to expand has certainly helped keep it in service. The ties rather than buttons were also a really good idea, because I'll just do it up. There we go. So one of the nice things about this is that with any sort of rigid armour, one of the downsides is in flexibility when bringing your hands together like so. And because this overlaps and isn't done up straight down the seam, it means it slides. Can you see that? So when I bring my hands together for a sword and buckler or a long sword or something like that, the armour itself actually comes together and overlaps, and gives me lots of flexibility. So that was a good idea as well. Originally I had some rigid flaps over the shoulder there. The leather of those wore out years ago, and honestly I don't get hit in the shoulders often enough to feel the need to replace it. Just doesn't happen, so I've not bothered. The short sleeves and open armpits give me that full arm mobility that you really need. As for armpit protection, honestly, in the last 25 years of fencing, I can count the number of times I've been thrust in the armpit on one hand, and most of those were from my Smite Club kids, who are sort of most of the way down there anyway. It just doesn't happen, and I would suggest that if you are being thrust in the armpit often enough for it to be a safety concern, you're doing something wrong. That said, I generally wear this underneath all my kit. Okay, so this is a light mail shirt, and of course this is the historical solution. When you have bits that you need flexibility and it's difficult to armour properly, the historical solution was mail. Okay, and this stuff is particularly light. It's flexible, it breathes, which is fantastic for ventilation, and is of course utterly protective. You're not thrusting anything through that at all. And I do find it bizarre that there is a certain element in HEMA who totally avoid the historical solution to problems for reasons of, I don't know, some strange aesthetic snobbiness or something. Okay, very, very odd. Okay, mail works. Mail is, you know, people are starting to put mesh under their armpits in jackets for ventilation, which is good. But hey guys, This is mesh. This is sword-proof mesh. This is a much better idea. It's what they did. So the downsides of this kind of thing is basically it is bulky. Okay, it doesn't really fold very much. No, I can't take this overseas. It would fill up my entire suitcase, or even interstate. Okay, so this is armour for home. I don't really travel with it, which is annoying. I'd like to be able to, but you know, airline baggage limits being what they are, that doesn't really happen. And really, that's the only downside to the whole thing, is its bulk. Okay, I really need to take this in my car, and that's about it. But it does demonstrate, if you make the effort to make a good, historically based piece of kit, it could do you your whole life. Okay, so this is 23 years old, I think, if I calculate, and will last my entire fighting career. I will never need to remake it, which is good because it did take a long time to make. And with just reinforcing that leather, that's the only thing I need to keep it going for pretty well my entire life. Now, mine is of course not entirely 100% historically accurate. The real ones seem to have long sleeves with integrated elbow pads and arm protection, all of which was well beyond my tailoring ability at the time, and probably still is. But if your dressmaking and pattern making skills are up to it, and you're interested in making one of these, you could go for the whole full arm thing and have one integrated suit, which would be cool. Not much else to say about it. If you're planning on making one, good luck. It is a terrific piece of armour and you won't regret it.